Hello, it's Trevor here with another Daclus quality review. This is part of my New Year's resolution to see every movie that comes out in my theater and do a quick little review of it on my phone right afterwards while sitting in my car. That's where I am now. So the movie I saw today was Eddie the Eagle. This is about Eddie Edwards, Michael Eddie Edwards, Michael. And he's a British ski jumper who it's about his lead up and as well as the jumps he did in the 1988 Winter Olympics. So I didn't actually have a lot of knowledge of Eddie the Eagle going in. I knew his name, I knew he did ski jumping, I knew he was in the Olympics. I really didn't have a lot of knowledge other than that because I think unlike Jesse Owens, he's not a huge name, at least in America, that goes around, but he's known. Um, I wasn't I wasn't alive when he jumped in '88, um, but yeah. So I watching it. It was I didn't know exactly what to expect. It looked good. It looked decent at least, and it was. It was very good. I got choked up and emotional. I took a pause before starting this. I wasn't like crying or anything, but I got pretty close. I was pretty choked up. I think what the biggest point that got me was he gave a very sort of inspiring speech, sort of a thing. His big speech point that really got me. I think the his relationship with his mother the whole time was really good, and I thought at the end with his dad was also very good. Um, I do have some issues with it though in terms of some of the sort of comedy and some of the acting and some of that's in the CGI they used and stuff. I mean, I don't have a huge problem with CGI in general. It wasn't so much that, it was more some of the shots of going down the ski jump of their face looked weird sometimes. It didn't exactly fit. It didn't give me the same feeling when I watched a race and you see Jesse Owens about to make the long jump, because I mean I had more. I mean, I was pretty sure I knew what happened in this, but I had more knowledge, I guess, of Jesse Owens' jumps, and I still was really anxious watching it. Whereas this, I didn't feel that way because it didn't look great watching him go down the slope. Um, there's a few things like that when Hugh Jackman is going down the slope at one time. The background's not great, but it wasn't a huge problem. I'd say the comedy wasn't particularly good. It wasn't terrible. It was just sort of generic, and it was fine. They made a few quips here and there. It wasn't anything special. I mean, I think this movie, to get it out there in the audience, maybe it's better to sell it with the comedy as well as the emotional part, because I think, especially in America, you're not gonna sell a lot of people to ski jumping. People see football, North American football, that is specifically, but they're not going to see um, so much ski jumping. But it's really enjoyable. I do recommend you see it. If you don't see it in theaters, definitely it's a good rent. Even with the issues I had with some of those things, some of the acting it wasn't terrible. Not Joel Edgerton. Taron Egerton was very good in his part, as was Hugh Jackman he was sort of I don't know, he wasn't anything special. His part was pretty generic in some ways. It wasn't particularly great in terms of that. It wasn't his best acting either, but it was good. He did a good job. There's other people in this as well who did really. I wish I knew the names of the parents, the actors who played the parents of Eddie, because they were both very good. I enjoyed both of them. Particularly the mother was very enjoyable, and I mean the father did a great job with what he was doing as well. I really liked them. Uh, Christopher Walken shows up a little bit. There's a few other people, but it's mostly about Joel Edgerton and not Joel. Why do I keep saying that? Joel Edgerton. It's Taron Egerton. It's close. The last name is what gets me. But Taron Egerton and Hugh Jackman are basically are the huge focus. There's not a lot of focus on the others. I guess the parents would be the next focus, but other than that, I mean, It was really good. I got emotional at the end. I really enjoyed it. I do want to know more about Eddie the Eagle after that, which I think is a good thing. I think you should know about some important people and some of these inspirational people and all that stuff. Even though I'm not really a sports person, I'm not huge on them. So, but I'm gonna look up. I think a little bit more. Anyway, that's that movie. I do recommend it. I said that already, but it's good. It's very good. So what else we got? Oh shoot, I didn't look up what comes out next week. I think Zootopia comes out next week. I'm trying to remember what else comes out next week. I'm not sure if there were. Oh, no, that's the week after, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember exactly what comes out. Maybe it is next week that 10 Cloverfield Lane comes out. I'd have to look up again. Sorry about that. Normally, I might put them over here somewhere. I'll put a list in annotations, like I did before for other things, like when I mess up and make mistakes. So yeah, I think that's it. I'll be back this next weekend for the new batch of movies. So until then, check me out on Twitter. You can follow me there at Daclus. Spelling's in the title. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you'll find other reaction videos for trailers that fit sort of a geeky mold, like superheroes, sci-fi, fantasy, stuff like that. We'll put our podcasts up on here, and you can find other podcasts. You can get them earlier if you subscribe to our podcast channels on iTunes, Podbean, and Podcast Addict. It's called Geek Wars Podcast. Find it on your favorite podcatcher, wherever you want. You can find it there. You can follow that Geek Wars Podcast on Twitter at Geek Wars Podcast. Check all those out. My friend also does who I do the Geek Wars with, does a show called Big Ben's Movie Show. His name's Ben. And I'll put some links in the description for his show. He puts it on YouTube a while afterwards. So he also does reviews for movies. Check those out. They're going to be in links below in the description. And until next time, take care.